guys, I am back. This is like the third time I'm doing this because I had some technical difficulties. I wanted it to make it so that I come back on the 8th of April because that's like the anniversary of me joining the crew life and also resigning the crew life, but you know what, things happen and here we are. So without further ado, let's get into life after the crew life. So when I decided to leave the crew life, I had two different options. Number one is to either stay in the industry, the service industry, and number two is to leave the industry. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, which you should, I decided to leave the industry. But first of all, I want to talk about if you decide to stay in the industry. Now, if you decide to stay in the service industry, number one, you will definitely find jobs easier, I guess. But you have to keep in mind your years of experience as a crew does not equate to rank at a job you are trying out for. But it does give you amazing brownie points and your experiences are accounted for. Now, in the service industry, I guess the easy ones that crew usually go to is the hotel industry and the cruise industry. But fancy restaurants, high-end restaurants is another big one. Hospitals, receptionist, secretary is another easy go-to for crews who resign. And also people don't think about it much, but galleries and different space rental, space hosting is another option available for you. And depending on which country you are from or which country you are trying out for, they will, I guess, see your experiences differently. But it is definitely a big plus having that cabin crew experience because it's in the same industry. Now, option number two, if you decide to leave the industry, which is what I did, but I'll tell you my story towards the end of the video. You kind of have to expect your career to start all over again unless you're going back to the job that you had before. I've seen cabin crew who go back to teaching or who go back to, I guess, a career that they had built up before, and the cabin crew experience is definitely a plus, a brownie point, but it's, I guess, a different story for them because they're going back to what they know. If you're like me and you are starting from ground zero, I guess the world is your option. Like any job you want to try out for, as long as you know that you are starting from ground zero, it's available for you. Ironically, when you're a cabin crew, especially in a different country, like how my situation was, your world becomes very small. Your friend group becomes only crew, and your family and your hometown friends are so far away, so your world just becomes crew oriented. Yes, we are global, we fly around everywhere. Traveling wise, the world seems much smaller, but just friend group wise, that's the only people you ever hang out with, and you forget how unique this experience is. To the rest of the world, being a cabin crew is a very unique experience that not a lot of people have. There are so many things you learn by being a cabin crew. It builds character. You learn how to provide excellent service, but also you learn how to go through a tough situation with a smile on your face. You learn communication skills, even with people that don't speak the same language. You learn teamwork. You learn how to think outside the box. You learn how to work under pressure, and the list goes on and on. Now, the key point here is how you sell your story. Depending on the job that you're trying out for, it's really important to pinpoint what experiences you had as a crew can correlate into the job that you're trying out for. When I decided to leave the crew life, I was scared out of my mind because I felt like my years as a cabin crew was a waste of time because I didn't want to stay in the industry and I was resigning more for health, so I didn't have any plan, and it just felt really scary, like I was jumping off a cliff without a rope. The thing is, though, it kind of all worked out. It really depended on how I sell my story. And I had a very smooth transition in a sense where I interviewed and I tried for different secretary jobs, but because of the skills I had as a cabin crew, plus the skills I had, I guess, before cabin crew, my language skills, they put me in the global business development area in the company I work in right now. And I'm not saying it was easy because I had to stop doing YouTube and focus on learning about the business, learning about business development, learning about just a little bit of accounting, a little bit of stock, and just a whole bunch of categories that I did not think I would ever need to learn. But the thing is, I was able to leave the industry and find a stable job and really enjoy life. And so can anybody, any crew who decides to resign. It could be anybody's story. And I've seen a lot of crew after their crew life settle down and just have wonderful jobs, have wonderful experiences, and they all say that having that crew experience really helped them out. And it's just a matter of how you word it. And if you don't knock on doors, then nobody will open them for you. So you'll never know how it will happen unless you try. And that's it. It seems really, I guess, generic. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section down below or send me a DM and I'll try my best to reply to all of them. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please subscribe and hit that like button. And please don't forget to hit that bell button because I'm not that regular at uploading videos, but I will make sure I do more from now on. Again, thank you for watching and bye!